Okay.
Greetings. Thank you for joining. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Reverend Dr. Ma'az. I am here today with a gentleman from Terra, correct? Is it Terra Recycle? Terracycle.
Terracycle.
Yes, Terracycle, who's going to change the world with his wonderful ideas while I listen. And thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate your presence.
My pleasure. Um, I would like to start by talking. We had talked about zero waste boxes and what they can do with proper recycling. Now, our zero waste boxes are, they come into 3 different sizes, and I think we have about 100 different types. They're specific to certain hard to recycle items like coffee capsules or cigarette waste, things like that, that normally would just go into a landfill or be incinerated, which neither are great options. So what our company has done is use scientists to find ways to recycle these hard to recycle items. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, I'm not able to share my screen.
Oh, let you.
Okay.
How do I do that? Let's see. Pause. Do I have to make you the host, I think, right?
Yeah, you can try doing that.
There you go. Sorry
there
for
we
that.
go. Perfect. Thank you.
There you
Okay.
go.
So, yep, it is working great now. So we're going to go into my. See that. Thank you. We're going to go into. I'm going to try to go into my website. All right. This is the website for my division, Terracycle Regulated Waste. And we have lots of recycling products, but right now we're talking about zero waste boxes. So we're going to go into that. Basically, what a zero waste box is, are these boxes that we've created to recycle hard to recycle items. So you see here we have plastic packaging. We have one for everything, all-in-ones, coffee capsules, ink and toner cartridges. These are some of the more popular ones that come up first. Kitchen separation, fabric and clothing, break room, oral care, hair supplies, things like that. Beauty products.
Really? Hair supplies.
Yep. Oh yeah. When you said yes, they have one for people who do hair specifically too. So what this does is we would send you the box. Now the box would come with a UPS prepaid return label on it already. We would send you the box, you'd fill it up with the proper materials. Now, when you're finished with it, you would call UPS to come pick it up. UPS would come and it would ship to one of our warehouses. So these will go to, they call them MRFs. And in fact, where I work, we have a lot of cigarette recycling boxes that have been sent back to us that are in staging. So what we'll do is we will wait until we have enough for, say, a trailer load to put all together to take it for recycling. Recycling processes are separating plastics, separating them out into common recyclables, cleaning them, and then depending on what it is, we might heat it and turn it into plastic pellets or turn it into some other kind of paper product for sale and later use in another product. We also make some of our own products with some of these recycled materials, like planter boxes and here, for example, this phone charger is one of our products that is made out of recycled plastics that we sell online as well. But so we're taking some of the material ourselves and recycling it and then putting it to a different use, reusing it. So, and that's how the process works. Forgive me that I don't know all the um, typical processes for recycling these. It's a little bit over my head.
Oh,
Um,
that's okay. Just to get an
being,
idea of this. So I have a question. Is that okay if
please,
I ask?
yeah, please.
This is so cool. I thought, well, how could you get this to all the businesses to know that can they have like recycle? I don't know. I see recycle bins everywhere. Couldn't we put like one of these instead of the ones that just get left and nobody comes to pick it up? Like, do they have one
Well,
for mattresses or like
they
there's so
they
many things that people put everywhere.
that's a good question. We do have. We're coming out with for businesses basically I'll say a kiosk
Okay.
where you can put in um, several bins for different types of recycling, and
Okay.
then um, and I don't know what the process is for picking up or mailing off yet. This is something that we're going to get trained in the near
It's
future.
funny. I used to set up kiosks all over Georgia for the same
So
purpose.
yeah, think of it like you'll see at an airport, you'll see a refuse bin and then a recycle bin next to it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I would like to see everywhere. We need one.
Yes, but these would be more specific, and it wouldn't be picked up by a waste management that is not going to recycle it because it's not clean, right?
Exactly.
It would be responsibly recycled by us, the same way we would do it if we sent you one of these zero waste boxes or a pallet pack, which is, you know, uh, or a Gaylord where you're just throwing it into a big bin.
Hmm.
It's always going to be sorted, cleaned, and then recycled. I don't have the information on that yet. Um, and then we're also with Subaru. We are with all the Subaru dealerships in the country. We're sending out basically large recycling bins, like the flip top lids that you would put out at the end of your driveway,
Uh-huh.
and they come and pick it up and dump it into their truck. We're doing that. We're starting with Subaru on that, so that kind of as a pilot.
Okay.
Um, and then there's also with Walmart, um, it's going to be more like cargo ship container size recycling bins
Uh-huh.
at Walmarts across the country. Now they're
Huh.
starting in a couple states with this, but where people can go and put their recycling in there. It'll be for the public, but they'll be located at Walmart, and Walmart will use them as well. But that is in the very early pilot stage. So those are some of the more business type of recycling options. Now, the zero waste is also used by businesses nationwide. Um, we sell them all the time. I mean, they're constant. We fulfill this out of our warehouse at my location in North Aurora, Illinois. Um, and so we're constantly sending these out. We actually had to lease the next building, um, and they're going to put a doorway through for a forklift so they can store all these boxes because we sell so much of it. But scrolling through here, poly bags, plastic bottle caps, styrofoam, shoes and footwear. I mean, they have something for everything. And if they don't have it and they can figure out a way to do the recycling, they'll create one. But you can get very specific contact lens and packaging. You can get as specific as you want, or like we have the all-in-one. Now, the all-in-ones, I'll go back to it. Those are the most expensive ones, right? Because it involves everything. And there's a lot of sorting involved with it. So if we click into this one, a small container is $199, a medium container is $287, and a large is $467. And just to give you a little bit of an idea, a large is 15 by 15 by 37. So it's not huge by any means, but you can pack that as tight as you can with recyclables. Now,
Okay.
this isn't for everybody, because not everybody is going to have all this type of stuff. Not everybody's going to have art supplies or pet products. Pet products being like pet toys, leashes, collars,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not for everybody. You're paying a lot of money for an all-in-one where you can a lot of times get 2 or 3 different zero waste box streams for the same price. And it's actually what you need. We need coffee capsules, we need break room waste, and we need plastic cups. Okay, well, you could probably do that for the same price, but you're actually just paying for what you're going to use. So that's
I was
kind of the
thinking, wouldn't it
overview
be
of
good to
Terrabox.
start like a neighborhood thing where if you're in a subdivision or a neighborhood, everybody in the neighborhood can go in on it. That way you can put the big thing. Wouldn't that be more cost effective for the people? Like, say if
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely. Sharing the
one of
cost.
us and we're
Definitely.
splitting the cost and we know it goes to good places, that would be my
Right.
thing. I would think
That's
would make
that's the hardest thing for selling these is the price. The
of
people
course.
who we found that the people who are earth-minded, who are don't have as much trouble with the price as people who are wanting to be earth-minded but haven't started yet, if that makes any sense.
It does
So
make sense. But the best way I would think would be to get a community box and we all
yes,
put in on it. I guess one person has to agree to pay for it, of course, but if everybody's chipping in, it wouldn't be so bad, right?
right, yeah. If everybody chips in, divides it by 10, now you're at $50 a person.
Right.
Not bad, depending on how fast you're going to fill it up.
True. Well, I mean, we pay, I think it's like 30. We had to pay an extra $30 to get a bigger recycle, just like the trash can size recycle bin.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say they charge 30 extra a month just to, collect it. I think it
Oh,
it might have cost us I want to say they charged 120 because we asked for a bigger recycle bin, and then that upped our bill like by 30 a month. If I'm wrong, I can
wow.
show you the price later to help make sense of it. But that's only
Yeah,
because
that's a
we found
lot.
out if we didn't do it that way, it was not going where it was supposed to go. And I'm like, well, then why are you charging people for it?
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's just it. They preach recycling with these recycling companies, um, and but then it's not going where you think it's going.
And that's the
You
problem.
can
Because think
you
of
can
how many
clean it.
people in our state alone that pay for recycling, thinking it goes where it ought to, and then find out it goes to the same location
Yep.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, a landfill or an incinerator,
Yeah.
basically.
It'd
I
be
mean,
cool
those
if
are
we could
your
set them up at landfills. That way, at least you know where they're going, huh?
yeah. Yep. I mean, and that's big money too. Unfortunately, and so they're going to tell you what you want to hear, but in reality, we all know, yeah, where this stuff is headed, and that's why Terracycle is here. That's why
Okay.
this company has been around for, I think it's 18 years or something, and is global. I mean, we're a global company with several different um, streams. The loop. We have the loop reusable packaging. Burger King is they're piloting a reusable cup and like a burger box that are washable, sanitizable, and reusable.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's
yep,
neat.
yep. And Taco Bell, all of their sauce packets are going to have our logo on it, and um, and be have a specific recycling program for those as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing cleanup in Africa and in the
How can we
East.
help? Thank you for saying that. How can we help clean up Africa? Because we have family there And unfortunately, due to corporate waste and BS, their water has been tainted. I mean, we're trying to get them good water, good
Hmm.
nutraceuticals, proper bed.
Yep.
Like, can you do that? Because you can ship to Nigeria or Africa or
Well, what we're doing now is, yes, we can ship there for sure. Well, not these containers.
oh,
We can't
the
ship
little
those.
one.
We can't. Yeah, the only thing we make a product called the bulb eater. Um,
The
that
what?
crushes. It's called the bulb eater. It
Can
crushes
you show me that?
fluorescent lamps.
Do you
What's
mind?
that?
Is that on your website or?
Yeah, we can look at it. The bulb eater is. Oops. This is the bulb eater. It crushes fluorescent lamps. It'll do CFLs, U-bends, and straight linear lamps. And what it does is it crushes them into a drum, compacts them, and then it can go to recycling from there, where the mercury can be extracted from the phosphorus powder in glass and go to, that'll be collected. And then the phosphorus powder is cleaned and reused, and the glass is melted down and reused as well,
Hmm.
as is the metal. This is something that we ship worldwide, do a lot for Africa. I actually have two companies, one in Mauritania in West Africa,
Uh, I
and
haven't heard about that.
one for Nigeria right now, that we're
Where
working
in
on.
Nigeria, if you
What's
don't
that?
mind? Where, what location in Nigeria? Do you know?
I don't recall right off the top of my head, but I can get that information for you. Um, it's called Hinkley Associates.
Hinkley or Pinkley with a P?
Hinkley with an H.
Hinkley. Okay.
Yep, they're in Nigeria. They're the ones who are going to. It's for, so they do a lot of e-waste recycling in the country,
Okay.
um, and they want
What's that?
to incorporate fluorescent lamp recycling as well,
Okay.
um, to help clean things up.
Okay.
Um, they do e-waste recycling and repair for reuse. If it can be reused, they will repair it, and then it'll get reused. And if not, then they'll recycle it responsibly. Oh, and I have one from Morocco too.
Nice.
Yeah, one from Morocco. They are, all of them are recyclers. A lot of what we sell to Africa, though, are used for mining purposes in the mines,
Oh,
crushing the
I wish
lamps in
we
the
could get
mines.
one to get all those. I saw this video and it was showing a town of people that live on the water, and
Hmm.
I know a lot of people live on the islands and on boats or whatever in that region because it's near the
Hmm.
coast. But there
Hmm.
was so much trash that they literally had to. It was sad because they were just pushing their little boat. It wasn't, as a tour, and you could
Hmm.
just see so much stuff floating in the water. I thought, my gosh, I'd hate to see what it does to your skin if it touches you.
Oh my
It just
gosh.
can't be
Yeah,
clean.
what's in there in the water that you can't see is
Well,
what's
there's that
scary.
too, and I'm still trying to find out how they can get a water purification system for the lakes and rivers and that type thing on a whole nother subject on another day. But for
Well,
today,
I
I
know
was,
we,
if
go
we had
ahead.
a way that they could get the recycle available there, the people that live there could at least put the cans and the bottles and those things, and they could be properly used elsewhere or recycled, right?
Right. So that's the next step. Um, in the evolution of the zero waste is to be able to do it globally. Um,
Okay.
this is still a relatively new product for the company.
Hmm.
Um, they started off making fertilizer. Um,
Oh gosh.
yeah, that's how the company started years ago, and has just evolved and grown and evolved and grown again. It's pretty amazing to see what the company's doing. I mean, they have partnerships with people in, I think it's Thailand, where they're doing, beach and water cleanup. Um,
And that's what I would love to see because I'm
yep.
from the ocean area of South Florida, and it's so dirty compared to how it was when we were little that I would be scared to get in it myself. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of my brothers of light, his niece just got a flesh eating what is it called? A flesh eating bacterial disease from the ocean because she had gotten a nipple ring and then didn't know.
Oh,
But she went in the ocean and it's horrible. I hope she's okay now. She was at the University of Miami, but it had eaten her breast off and
oh
they
my
were
gosh.
giving her like 4 different IVs of antibiotics trying to stop it, and they couldn't
Wow.
stop it. So I just started asking all my friends, like, I know everybody that says they know magic says they know magic, but can you call the guy, please, at University of Miami and help my friend's niece not lose her
Yeah.
skin? Because it was, she's only like I think 20 in her early 20s, maybe 30, and she's already lost her whole, you know, upper chest,
Wow.
and they're gonna have to do a full God knows what to get her better. But I
Oh
hope
my
that
gosh.
that happened in the ocean, and what bothered me was that they didn't make it a national alert. Because the
Right.
doctor was saying if you get a scratch or a cut, that could happen in the ocean. First of all, if you step on a rock, you could bleed, and then that
Yep.
could give you some unknown. And I say unknown because I've heard 3 cases of it so far, and it's some kind of flesh eating bacteria that they don't know how to stop.
That's,
So
yeah,
unless
that's
you're lucky
insane.
enough to get the doctor that knows how to stop it, you'll lose your entire, just eats you. It's awful. Um,
Yes.
but
Sounds awful.
anyway, so that's when I started trying to find out what stops bacterial infections and how to cleanse your blood, and that's how I ended up becoming a student to try to learn how to these type of things. Because when you know what to do in an emergency,
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a it's an emergency, but it's not a stat five. It's okay, we need to get this, and that to do an emergency, whatever, cleanup, or whether it be blood or the ocean. It's all related to me because without us, there'd be no, you know, need for an ocean,
Right.
right?
Right.
Or vice versa. I don't know how that goes on a universal level, but the ocean
Right.
could be cleaned up by us now if we had enough people that knew what to do. Like when you were just talking about cleaning up the ocean, there was a teenager who had, I guess, came up with the idea and he made some device and it was literally cleaning the ocean of all the bad stuff and trying to shoot out the good stuff. And I thought, why aren't we all supporting this? Because that
Right.
helps out. If your water is clean, you're not going to get sick.
Because and I'll keep my opinions to myself.
Oh,
My
well,
conspiracy theories about,
I don't call it that, but
I mean, I would say, people who are making money and that would cause them to spend money don't care about the little people.
that's
Um,
true.
like the guy who created an engine that runs on water. Um,
Really?
yeah, there's a guy, I think it was in the 70s, created an engine that runs on just water. And all of a sudden he died and it
Well, of course
disappeared
he got
because that would
of the
take money
money.
away from the oil companies and that would take away kickback money from our politicians. So, it's just,
There's that. Yeah.
it,
Well,
it
kind of like
takes,
what they're doing now.
yeah. So it takes people with good intentions. You get, like you said, it can't be one person.
Right. Keep all of us.
One person isn't going to make the difference, but it takes a nation to do it. And as fast as Terracycle is growing and evolving, I'm super excited to be part of this so that, I can see changes in our environment, our earth, in my lifetime and my kids' lifetimes.
I'm right there with you. So they also had a thing, I believe, that said you guys were looking for more people to help spread the word and clean up. That's what I saw on one of the websites that I clicked before I looked you up.
Okay. I have
To
that.
share the
Do you know what the
knowledge
website
that you guys
was?
are doing what you're doing. And it said that you guys had a lot of opportunities for growth in the company. Is that true? Or
Oh my gosh, yes. I think they're looking to hire 80 or 90 positions right now within the company. Um, so yeah, we just hired 2 people in our group, but the TerraCycle as a whole, 80 to 90 different positions. And that's from scientist level to sales to marketing to business development to on all the different platforms that we run. And that's a global thing. We're in we have a lot of offices all across the world: Japan, Australia, South America, Europe, Canada, the US, Central America. So, you know, it's a global hiring event, and they know that they're not going to get all these positions filled immediately. This is an ongoing process, and as you start filling them, new ones are going to start sprouting up.
Of course.
So, you know, we hired someone, a young lady named Brady, to Terracycle regulated waste when she graduated college. She is very earth-minded, very passionate about recycling. She purchases zero waste boxes herself, and when she could probably have them given to her, and she purchases them herself. Her dream was to work for Terracycle. That was her number one coming out of college, and so she ended up with us, and she actually just got hired on to Terracycle. In they're headquartered in Trenton, New Jersey. She got hired onto the parent company probably 2 months ago, and couldn't be happier. So, you know, we see a lot on LinkedIn of people who, you know, kind of tell the same stories. Right now, they're trying to get interns for the summer to get people interning with the company and learning what we're doing. And a lot of those internships turn into jobs too.
Nice.
Yes.
One thing we can do, just let me know. Where do they sign up at? The website, or is there a special place they go?
You go to the website. Yeah. You go to the website, and you can sign up there. www.terracycle.com.
And this was 2 R's.
2 R's, Terracycle. Or they could, you can call the general number and be redirected to someone who's hiring, either an HR or a hiring manager, to talk to them about possible internships or employment.
Awesome. Anything else you would like the world to know about Terracycle today, so that we can share this with our friends?
I just say, you know what, go to the websites. Now we're going to have a new website probably next year, where all the different companies that are involved under Terracycle Incorporated are going to be combined and have all of our resources together. But you can go to terracycle.com. You can go to tcrwusa.com. Check out what we have to offer. And, you know, I'm more than willing to answer any questions anybody has, or give further information or a deeper dive into things. We have a resources page here that shows we have videos and articles, frequently asked questions, downloads that show like our downloads are, they have, where is it? Case studies on some of the recycling and mercury levels in the air, safety here, emissions reports, testing summaries. And then we have a lot of videos that show, you know, kind of the products that we sell. It gives an overview of them, why recycle. I mean, a lot of different details. So I would just recommend people go to the websites and browse and look around. And if you have questions, please let me know.
And you know I will. I'll just
yes.
See what we got. Because
Michelle, we are going to stay in contact.
I know
so
people that need this. So, I mean, everybody needs this, as far as I'm concerned, to make sure our Earth is cleaner together. And then I noticed you have an air cycle. What's that?
So Aircycle was what we were called previously. The company that I work for, they were Aircycle. We were purchased by Terracycle, I think about 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. It was before I started working with the company. And so you see that 1978, that was Aircycle. You know,
Okay.
the Aircycle had been around longer than Terracycle has. So it was, you know, we got a new website launch. This is our new website. So they also want to make sure people understood you know, who we are, who we were, who we are now. You can, I believe you might be able to still go to, no, it doesn't take you there. You used to be able to go to our old website, but we do, at Terracycle, we do hazardous waste recycling. So personal protective equipment, um, fluorescent lighting, LED lighting, batteries, and e-waste. That's what we specialize in recycling. So that we have the bulb eater for crushing those lamps, for safety. We can do bulk pickups. We have our easy pack line. I would just suggest going through the website and seeing what's interesting to you, and send me your questions. Send me your what your pain points are as far as recycling, and if I can help you, I will, or direct you to the right place. I will do that too.
Awesome. Do you
Yep.
want to share anything else, or do you want to send me my host link back? Because I can't stop the recording without it.
I am going to send you your host link back.
Or you can just stop recording, whichever you see in front of you. Thank you for sharing all that. I can't wait to see the questions we get after this little meeting.
I'm very excited about that too. I will just, I'll have to stop the recording because I can't figure out how to send it back to you. But yeah, feel free to share my email address with anybody who would like more information.
And do you mind saying your email address and number so someone would know how to reach you in case I'm not
You can
available
reach,
to give it to them?
absolutely. My direct phone line is 708-223-1045. And my email address is Steve, STEVE.bird, BIRD, at Terracycle, TERRACYCLE.com.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me
Look forward
and
to
for
coming up
allowing me
with
to speak about something that I'm passionate about.
I love it. I think it's great. I was like, wow, everybody should know about this because I never heard of it. And I was like, really? We've been looking for someone to do this like for at least 5 years since we moved to a new county that doesn't have the same things available where we used to live. And I was
Yeah.
like, geez, this is a big problem. Like, but most people don't even think about it.
You're right. And I had never heard of Terracycle. As big as they are, I've never heard of them before I started working for them. And now I can't look at baby food packaging that doesn't have our logo on it, or it's everywhere. And I just like, wow, my eyes had to be opened up to it a little bit more.
So does that mean you guys provide packaging also?
We don't provide packaging. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Per se, we might provide to corporations the raw paper or plastic or glass for packaging, but yeah,
Okay.
we don't provide it ourselves.
Well, the reason I'm asking is I have a organic botanical solutions line called Awakening Now.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that some people are doing a thing where if you have reusable bottles, you can do refills, and then you get a knockoff on the price for the refill to save the bottle, But then
Yes.
some of them can't be reused because, they're oral drops. So we would need a place
Okay.
to collect the used bottles and reuse them, make sure that they're good. Because I don't know how to do that. I just know that they need to be perfect
There's
before you
a
can use them.
sterilization
Yeah,
process
all
that
that stuff
goes along
over
with
my
that.
head.
Yes, me a little bit too, but no, we would be more like we would take those and break them down and recycle them so that they could be reused in another product.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
yeah, the glass or plastic could be reused to create something else.
So they literally crush it and then they remove all the bad stuff somehow, magically, scientifically, and then they produce a new
Yeah,
product.
yes,
Okay.
yep, that's what they do. Actually, you might find this interesting. I'm working with a company or with a university in Mexico City. They're in they just got their approval to purchase the bulb eater. They're going to do it themselves. They have
Hmm.
a problem with CFLs down there. The government gave everybody CFL light bulbs, and but now they have no regulations for recycling in Mexico. I mean, so people are just throwing them away. They would bury drums of
Mm.
with mercury in them, and in a steel drum they
Oh.
bury them. So what their idea was is because my contact is actually a chemist and a professor at the school. They are going to extract the mercury themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when with their process, the phosphorus will be clean. And then they actually found a rare earth metal that's used in the glass,
Mm-hmm.
and they're working on a process to extract that as well.
Mm.
Which, rare earth metals are just that. If we can reuse those elements, we're not depleting the earth of everything.
Well, now you're
So
getting
that's
me
their
more
goal.
interested in more subjects because I was trying to figure out how to resource Earth's minerals, right? The most pure Earth minerals to make sure they're purified. But I'd have to know someone who knew how to test it because I don't know how to do that. But how do you
Hmm.
even know? You have to have the right person on your team to make
Yes.
sure it's pure before you share it with other people. And we were
Right.
literally trying to resource Earth minerals that restore our bodies, naturally, like I don't know whether I guess I'll just say zinc as an example. Everybody's like, oh, you got to
Mhm.
have zinc. But how do you know your zinc is pure? You don't,
Right.
unless you know who formulated it and purified it and tested it.
Mhm.
So that's been my biggest next step in my journey as I create tinctures. And when we put nutraceuticals in them so that people can take them in a dropper instead of having all that plastic in their belly, because I just don't
Yeah.
see how that ever works out good for anyone if you don't know
Right.
what's holding it together in the little tablet. I've always
Hmm.
wondered if that was a problem, for digestive issues. So I'm studying to be a natural medicine practitioner while I'm going through these physical things that I've shared with you
Yeah.
previously, just so that I know if I can help me, I can help someone else, and then I'll